Hello friends, today I'll be potting up two Amaryllis bulbs to get ready for the holiday season. Now Amaryllis came from a Greek word which means to sparkle or to shine. And when these bulbs are in their full flower, sparkle and shine they do. Now, Amaryllis, the botanical name is Hippeastrum. I will be potting up a Hippeastrum upper blossom and a Hippeastrum minerva. These bulbs are tropical, meaning they are native to South America and South Africa. So in those areas, they grow and bloom outdoors in the ground. So if you are in zones 9 through 11 and you don't experience any frost, you should be able to plant these in the ground between September and October and expect them to bloom in the summertime. But for me here in my zone 8A garden, where we do have frost, I'll be potting these up and keeping them indoors in a sunny window until they start to flower. Now, Hippeastrums tend to grow to between 2 to 3 feet. These particular cultivars that I'll be potting up should grow between 20 and 24 inches, so about 2 feet tall. They don't require a lot of space for root growth, so a shallow container is just fine. What they basically need is just something to anchor them and just sunlight and water, and they will do fine. So I bought a kit that came with a soil medium and a regular plastic pot. I'll be replacing that pot with something a little bit more decorative. However, I will use the soil medium that came in the container. Each bulb should have 2 to 3 stems, and on top of each stem should be 3 to 4 flower stalks. That means the flower, it should get pretty top heavy and may require staking. So unless it's anchored into rocks, you should expect to provide some kind of a staking so the plant doesn't topple over. I know from experience, I've planted the red lion before because I just love having that vibrant red during Christmas time, and they tend to require staking. Other than that, I think that's everything. The flowers on top are usually pretty massive. They're generally about 8 inches across. They tend to droop down, and it's a funnel shape, pretty much like a brugmansia, an angel trumpet. However, the funnel is not that long. They're not fragrant, but they are just beautiful and a spot of cheer and joy during the time of year that you need it the most. What I look forward to, besides the plant getting into full flower, is each day it changes. So every day you see new growth, and it just brings me great joy. So each year I look forward to, potting up my Amaryllis bulbs and to usher in the holiday season. So I'll show you each plant that I'll be potting up. This first one here is the Hippeastrum apple blossom, and you'll see that it's a white lily-like bloom with a touch of pink. So it's just like a light brush stroke of pink. So it's a blush pink on top of the white. And if you see from this picture, there are 2 stalks there. On top of each stalk, there are three flowers on top. Actually, there are 2 stems, and each stem has 3 stalks with flowers. And the next one I'll show you is the Hippeastrum minerva. So here is the Minerva. So the Minerva, you'll see there's red, there's orange, there's not as much white, so it's more red and orange, and I'm really looking forward to see the coloration in these flowers. And then again, you'll see there are two stems here, and on top of each stem there are 3 flowers. So you'll see that, you know, everything is on top. It will get top heavy and will require staking. So I'll take a break here, I'll pot these up, and I'll show you what they look like. Now here you'll see the contents of each kit. You'll see that it comes with a green plastic pot and also the bulb and the soil medium. So this is the Hippeastrum apple blossom over here, and look at the size of that bulb. That bulb is pretty massive. Look at the size of that. So I am really excited. That's going to be really, really glorious. And it also has some root growth from last year. We can actually cut that back because we don't really need that this year, because roots will grow, new roots will grow from the base there. But look at the size, and it's actually pretty healthy. You can see it's green, and you can see shoots coming up already. And then here is the soil medium. So it says for each disc to add 3.5 cups of warm water to get it to loosen up, and you see the picture there. So I'll do that in a minute. But here is the Minerva. The bulb is much smaller. See the size of that bulb? So it's a lot smaller, so it won't be as huge as the Hippeastrum apple blossom. So I'm really excited, you know, about these. Looking forward to seeing the glorious, glorious flowers in about 6 weeks. But more exciting than that is just to watch the daily change, you know, as it changes each day. I'm really, really excited, looking forward to that. So I'm going to pause here and I'm going to pop these up. Here are the Amaryllis bulbs in their containers. On the left is the apple blossom, and on the right is the Minerva. I'm really excited. You'll see I chose 2 different containers only because of the size of each bulb. So the apple blossom, as you noticed before, is a lot larger. Normally you should have about 1 inch space around. So I know this is probably about 2.5 inches, but I think it will be fine. So it's just nestled on top of the soil medium. Doesn't need a whole lot of soil to grow. It just really needs moisture and light. And then the Minerva over here, same thing. So it looks like it's sitting a little bit higher up only because the container is a lot, it's taller, but it's not as shallow as the container with the apple blossom. So I'll go ahead and I'll move these into a sunny spot indoors, and I'll keep track of the daily changes until they are in full bloom in about 6 weeks. Stay tuned.